What's up, everybody? This just in, the largest podcaster in the world, Joe Rogan, has signed an exclusive deal for Spotify that's going to take effect in stages, right? So his content, his video and audio podcast, which I don't know if you want to call it podcast, you call it the show now, the Joe Rogan Experience show now, is going to be exclusively on Spotify starting January 1. In September 1, he's going to have it where, you know, it's going to be like a little transitional period so he can get everybody migrate over to Spotify. This is a huge deal, right? Joe Rogan is considered one of the biggest names in the audio podcasting world. He's akin to a Howard Stern, right? Because this is kind of like a radio type of deal, right? But he has a video component to it, right? Which he puts on YouTube, right? Then he puts clips on YouTube, and then he has the audio on podcast, the audio on the Apple Podcast format. So all that's going to go away. This is a huge deal. This reminds me of when Howard Stern left terrestrial radio and went to Sirius XM satellite radio, and he grew that platform. I'm sure this deal is going to be for a ton of money. One of the things that Joe Rogan over the years, because I'm a very I listen to him all the time. He was really worried about the creative control aspect of it. And in his post that he just posted about 30 minutes ago, he said that he is going to still have all the creative control. He's going to be able to do the show as he pleases. But it's going to happen where he will now be on Spotify exclusively. It's a tremendous deal, and it gives other people thought. Is these huge creators with giant audiences who generate tons and tons of ad revenue for companies like YouTube, and gives notoriety to the Apple podcasting format. So at the beginning, Apple podcasts were exclusively to like Apple products. If you had an iPhone, it was easier to listen to these podcasts, right? And then you had Stitcher and these other, you know, formats to do it on. So nowadays it's not as important because unlimited data and everybody listens to stuff on their cell phones. Now you have one place where you can get the audio and the video component, which is tremendous, right? The audio and video component combined. So I have that masterclass subscription now. I hope this is going to be a function of it. So I always thought, would it be nice if I was watching the video but had to transition over to the audio only version so I can get some work done, right? I sit there and I watch this podcast on YouTube, but then I have to switch over, right? So there was the whole issue with that, right? And I would do it, you know, you just look at the time code and the timestamp, but that reduces the continuity for advertisers, right? And let's face it, right? Joe Rogan has a giant audience. He has some of the most interesting guests on there. He had Bernie Sanders, Elon Musk, he has Rhonda Patrick, he has all his other comedian friends who have a tremendous, you know, impact on this whole world of entertainment, right? He has a whole kind of Joe Rogan tree of people that he has kind of helped cultivated and pushed to do the whole podcast thing and get themselves out there and make some money off this whole thing, right? You know, get paid for your talent. So I think this is a huge deal. We don't know what the dollar amount is, but it has to be in the millions of dollars because he generates a lot of view time, right? YouTube, if he has a 3-hour podcast and people are watching a lot of his stuff, he must have hundreds of millions of subscribers, hundreds of millions of hours of watch time, on YouTube, right? It must be giant. So this is going to be a way that he can monetize his talents and, you know, get what he deserves, right? It's not disingenuous to go on a platform that maybe you got to pay $5 a month, but he's still going to include it in that, you know, his show's still free. He doesn't charge a premium. He has been going back and forth this for a long time. He wanted to change what he was doing, because YouTube has been demonetizing and taking down his videos because some people he has on there are controversial, right? And they're, you know, some are political in nature and some are, you know, have weird kind of thoughts. And he's been getting dinged very, very bad. He's been very frustrated with this whole idea of it, right? So Spotify is a new kind of avenue. I would venture that this is going to be the first of a lot of people jumping ship if Spotify wants to make a run at being able to compete with the likes of somebody like YouTube. There's been YouTube. You know, there's really no other competition, right? YouTube is kind of the biggest name in the books here. And, you know, you have Facebook and you have Instagram, which is owned by Facebook. And then you have all these other things like, you know, Snapchat. You have this whole OnlyFans things that I would venture that will eventually get into there because people are making money for what they're doing, right? People are consuming their content and they're getting paid for it. That's the whole biggest thing, is these ad dollars are adding up and these companies are making billions and billions of dollars in profit. they're not sharing it enough with the creators, and I think this is a sign of the times. Anyways, tell me what you guys think. Like, subscribe, tell me in the comments. Hit me up. Do you think this is a good move or bad move for Joe Rogan and company? All his friends are going to follow suit. They all want to jump ship. There's a huge opportunity for Spotify. They got the big fish. They're going to get all the other people there. Let's see what happens. Bye.